Yo guys, what's going on? So quickly before this video starts, I just wanted to mention that we're very close to hitting 300 subs, and if we could hit that before mid-March, it would really mean the world to me. I'm really trying to put my foot forward in terms of content and trying to push out content onto my channel and try to grow it as much as possible. I'm still kind of in comp, but I think right now, personally, I feel like going into content is just a much better idea for school and everything, trying to balance it. So yeah, if you could just hit the like button and put on notifications to know when I'm uploading a video, and if you want to see more videos like this, it would really mean a lot. Also leave a comment in the comment section if you want to see more content like this, if you want to see other games, anything. Like, I'm really trying to expand, grow my channel right now. It would really mean a lot. Thanks boys. Yo boys, what's going on? So in today's video, I'm just going to be going over kind of in depth on what you can do as an individual to improve yourself and to go pro in this game. So this video is not designed for casual players, so if you are casual you can carry on watching, but it's mainly directed at people that are really passionate about this game and are willing to put in more hours to reach the end goal, whether that may be winning money or simply just placing, just to improve as a player. And yeah, so at the end of this video you should know everything on how to improve and what to improve, because in this game it's not like if you work hard you will succeed. It is that simple, but you have to put in the work in. So yeah, thanks for listening. Alright, so basically one of the biggest things I see most non-pros do, like I did myself, most of these things are coming from me just evaluating what I've been doing wrong in terms of how I practice and what I need to do to get more efficient practice out of my game time. And one of the biggest things that I don't see a lot of people doing is getting a schedule. Schedule will not only help you manage your time, so it also factors in time management, but also boost your confidence, and it won't affect your schoolwork, because if you have a schedule, it's not all over the place. You get home, you do, let's say, an hour of studying or homework, get on for 4 hours, do an hour of scrims, an hour of arena, an hour of creative, whatever, but you need a schedule, because if you get on and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to sit for a long period of time and you're not going to gain anything from the time you invested into playing, because you haven't structured your time playing. You're not going to intake anything. So what I do is that I wake up, I do half an hour to 45 minutes of fitness, I get dressed, I eat breakfast for like half an hour, I get on, I do 15 minutes of creative, 15 minutes of just messing around with friends, and then I go into arena for about 2 hours. I don't play scrims, I should really start playing scrims, and then I VOD review those games, and the rest of my time I just chill with friends. So I myself am not having too much of a crazy schedule, but at least I have one, if you know what I mean, which is really important. I would not have improved as much as I have in this last month if I did not have a schedule. That really just helped me structure my day and how much I'm going to play and what I'm going to do when I play. So quickly go and think about, try order your day out. So let's say you have school, you come back, you know how much homework you're going to have, you know how much you're allowed to play or you can play, you know how much sleep you need, and just try factor in all those things and make at least a decent schedule that you have to follow, because if you're not going to follow your schedule, you're not going to improve and you've wasted your time. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to talk about was aim training. Aim is probably the biggest factors on how a fight will play out, because you can be zero ping the best mechanics, but if you can't hit a straight headshot, you will die. A console player will hit you for 83 times with a blue tack and will donkey laugh on your ass if you do not know how to aim. So my advice is to invest in an aim trainer like Skavaaks. For most people, it'll be relatively cheap. I think it's like $3 on Steam, 70 rand, whatever the exchange rate is right now. And yet again, you want to aim train consistently. I will upload a video shortly on which maps to do for beginners, because there are some advanced ones, but it's quite hard. I would only recommend some maps if you're trying to get into aim training and just slowly improve your aim. But definitely invest in an aim trainer, and you need to do it every day. If you slack, there will be no point in buying that aim trainer. You would have wasted your money. Buy it, do it for at least 15 to 20 minutes a day. Every time you get on, just 20 minutes of Skavaaks won't hurt you, and I promise you your aim will be cracked, and you'll see progress instantly in your aim. It will take time, but slowly but surely your aim will become so much better, and you'll be way more confident in hitting your shots, and you'll start to see that you'll start winning fights a lot more, just because you can clutch up by hitting a nice 150 with a lever or 120 with attack. And really, if you have good aim, you can't lose a fight. So I really recommend downloading an aim trainer or using the in-game Skavaaks. Also very useful, obviously not as advanced, but it definitely does help your aim. So the third tip that I wanted to advise is to play as much arena and tournaments as possible, because the people you run into there is most likely the people you will run into, FNCS, DreamHack, Cash Cups, which you are playing to improve. If you do not play these, you will not get a sense of what players you will come across in game. But if you realize that you're getting absolutely doggied on in arena and tournament, you're getting shit on, you're getting outplayed, the one thing I would recommend is playing a lot of realistics, which I've started to do, which has, in the last week, I have become such a better fighter. My piece control has become so much better. My in-game sense has become a lot better because I actually know what my opponent is going to do. So if you're noticing that you're not really that great in terms of mechanics and you can't really predict what your opponent is going to do, I really recommend doing realistics. Not just normal 1v1s, it has to be realistics, because you're using the same guns and the same scenarios. But if you're fine with that, arena and tournaments, because that is the kind of playstyle you want to adopt into your creative playstyle as well. Because if you play in creative like you do in arena, you'll get used to that playstyle and you adopt that into how you actually play constantly. And that is one of the best things you can do to improve. Okay, now the fourth tip I really wanted to mention is something that's incredibly important, and a lot of people don't realize that, because when they're playing, they kind of are on autopilot. They don't really, think about everything that they're doing and how it's affecting their game. Now, one thing is confidence, because if you're not confident, even if you're good, you won't win the fight. You'll make stupid plays, you'll play too safe, and eventually you'll get your wall taken, and then you'll be one-pumped. So when you're playing, just run these 3 things through your head. I am better, I've practiced enough, and I have nothing to lose, and only something to gain. If you run those 3 things through your head, you will stay calm, collected, and you'll overall be confident that you will win the fight. Because if you, as a player, have put in enough time, you have aim trained, you have grinded out creative for mechanics, you have played realistics every arena, every tournament, just so you can get game sense, and you come across this one player, just think about it. They probably haven't put as much effort into this game as you, into grinding out hours, into getting better. Just think about that, and I promise you, your confidence will skyrocket. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't want to get cocky. Cocky will also make you play stupid and get you killed, and then you get tilted, which is for another video on how to keep a good mentality, which yet again I'm releasing soon. So just run those 3 things through your head each time, and I promise you, you will come out of that fight alive and with a free 50 pot. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about is probably the most important if you're willing to take your skill to the next level and actually go pro. And if you do not do this, unless you're incredibly smart, you're Einstein, you're just so smart, you will not go pro. And the one thing you need to do, no matter what, is you need to VOD review. Almost all top tier pros, if you listen to them and you watch them, they will VOD review their games, because they can't afford to have any mistakes or any flaws in their skill. they need to always be at the top, and the only way to reach that is by VOD reviewing. So the probably the best way to VOD review is to actually record your game and then go back and point out errors, and just overall take mental notes. Or the best thing you could actually probably do when you're watching this is to physically write down a note, because it has been proven that if you write down something, you're more likely to remember it, because you're repeating that in your head as you're writing it. And whenever you go into a game, just look at those things. So if you're bad at off spawn, write 5 things that you need to do that you've noticed that you're not doing. And when you're off spawn, look at that note, say, okay, I need at least 500 mats, I need a shotgun AR, I need 50 shields at least, whatever. The second thing you can do is to use the in-game recording thing, which is actually might be better, because you can see you from your opponent's point of view, and you can see what it would look like to them. If you overexposed yourself, if you didn't take a right-hand peek, if you literally just jumped in their face like a monkey with your pickaxe. You take these things in, and then you internalize these mistakes, and you learn from them. And if you learn from your mistakes, you won't do them again. So if you find every mistake, you'll theoretically be the perfect player. You can't go wrong with VOD reviewing. Alright boys, that pretty much wraps up the video. I really hope you enjoyed. As I said, if you want to see more content like this, please leave a comment in the comment section. It really, helps me know what to do in terms of growing my channel and content. Because right now, I'm really trying to put the best foot forward in terms of content, because I'm just trying to balance school and everything. And comp really isn't the right choice, I think. So, and also commenting also helps the algorithm, as well as liking and subscribing. And please, if you are new, like and sub with notifications. If you don't like my content after a week, then you can unsub. But like, if you subscribe, it would really mean the world to me. You don't understand how close I am to 300 subs, and if I could just hit that before the end of March, I'll be really, really grateful. And I really hope you took something away from this video, and you're gonna start implementing these skills and routines into your everyday life, because not only will this help you in Fortnite, but it will also teach you real life skills on how to manage your time, how hard you have to work in something, and several other things. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you enjoyed.